right?
No, who said that? That's just your game. I'm not interested in the ball.
Then stop debating him and just tell him what you know, bro. Stop debating him. Just tell him what you know.
I'm not debating him. He's just saying that I'm interested in the ball and I'm a Glober. That's not true.
Well, you're saying that's not true, right? But I gave you my answer, right? Like, I don't fully understand the sun.
In search of flat Earth, Witsit, and you were standing on the biggest pedestal talking about it. So it's fair I should ask you as a subject matter expert about what you think about it, and whether I can get truth from what you've done and your experience.
Check this out, man. Check this out, man.
And understand something that will actually make me grow as a human. That's all.
Okay, check this out, man. So I don't claim to be the leader of anything, right? I believe my position is the strongest one. That's why it's my position. Please don't interrupt me. That's why it's my position. My position is like, yo, we don't have a model. Like, models aren't reality. We can just go based off of what we can observe and verify, and we can go from there and compile that, right? And I don't know exactly how the sky works. The surface of the Earth is not, the measurements do not comport with the claim that it's curving at a rate consistent with the radius of 4,000 miles, bro. Okay? There's no measurements that we're moving. So based on my evidence, like, the sky is very confounding. The surface of the Earth is a plane and it's not moving. And that's it, right? Like, my position is the default position based on all available empirical measurements is that the Earth is a stationary plane, and the antithesis would have to verify that claim. So other people don't. Other people think that you need to have a model and you need to perfect a model, and that's well, then they can go take that position. I don't feel that way. I didn't feel that way before I went. I definitely don't feel that way after I went. So it's just not everyone is comfortable with where I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable not knowing, right? And it's apparently a lot of people are not. Like, I may really want to know, and I may actually put more work in to try to know than all these people who pretend they really have to know. They seem to just really have to know, but they want it handed to them or something. But I know that realistically, I'm not going to fully understand how the sky fully works. No one will. No one does. No one ever has. God does, and like, that's just my position. So I understand why people would
position on the 1 degree 69 mile measurement.
And if no one understands,
well, that doesn't actually always work, right? That's my position.
But the Earth is flat, though, isn't it? I mean, where does it work?
If the Earth was flat, then it would just be because the optics are making the sky drop, right? So, but like everything else, like if
there's 69 miles of flat distance.
Okay, right, yeah. So, like, okay,
how far is that true then?
Every 69 miles, what happens?
The angle to Polaris drops 1 degree.
Okay, so it drops 1 degree. So right now, so as I get further away from Polaris, it drops down in the sky as I look at it. Okay, what happens when a plane gets further away from you?
Can I ask, if the sky's dropping, how does that explain the southern celestial pole and all the stars?
Well, that's not what he asked about, is it?
So I mean, you've got a relationship of 69 miles to 1 degree. Angle to Polaris, right?
Yes, and I'm saying, doesn't it make the most sense that things drop in the distance as you get further away from them because of perspective, just like everything else in existence does?
I'm interested in 69 miles.
So that's but you not get that the claim that it's because it's
straight line distance measurement.
Okay, there's just a specific rate based on perspective and based on the sky, and we've reverse engineered that to claim that actually perspective doesn't apply to the stars in the sky. They just appear to be moving because I'm tipping over on a ball. I rejected that. I said, no, the sky also is affected by perspective. It's slightly different, right? Because it has a lot more apparent position relative to individual observer. And is that because of multiple layers of some type of containment? Is that because of a fluid medium? Whatever, the sky is very majestic and seems to be individualized for people, And if you're not comfortable with that, that's okay. But I'm not comfortable believing that there's a gigantic empty vacuum where the stars are a quadrillion miles away and then the perspective doesn't affect them. And, to me, that's
way now, aren't you?
Not really, because that's all the
How many
required
of those 1
assumptions before
degree?
you can claim it's a
How many
globe.
of those
So
1 degree increments is the 69 miles true for?
what? It's not even a linear relationship in reality. It's like logarithmic. Like under 15 degrees, 1 degree per
No, but
69
the
miles doesn't
69
work anymore.
miles is not 69 miles.
Not under 15 degrees.
So up to 15 degrees, it is 69 miles.
Above 15 degrees, yeah.
All right, so what's that? 75 degrees.
It
There's
kind of makes
75
sense.
degrees of measurement per 69 miles per degree, right?
Well,
Elder,
not
are
quite
you
exactly
defending globe or flat? Can you be honest
He's
with
defending globe
with
without
everyone?
saying it.
Asking a question about what the
No,
position
well, we get it. You're just asking questions, but are you
Hey,
from the
Breaker, are you
globe? Or?
defending Witsit or the conversation?
No, I can hear the grin. I can hear his grin going up to his ear, and I'm just trying to detect where that's coming from.
All right, okay, I'm not grinning.
All right, that's all. Thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this is going to require me to be able to
I'm
explain
not defending the globe or claiming the globe. I told you that. I came
You
in
said
search of
that.
flat Earth. I came in
Okay.
search of flat Earth because it was offered to me as a possible
Yeah. Do you want the actual answer to
explanation of
your
reality,
question?
right?
Okay. So
All right,
here's
so
the
the
answer.
people who most talk about that,
Oh my God.
there's only a few people, and then the rest of the people, it seems, they just copy them and repeat their speculation. So, you know, if I
Okay.
ask the
Do
person
you want
who's
the
the leader of
answer?
those kind of speculations about it, I just then understand where their position is, right?
Yeah. When I ask who's the leader of your speculations, there's a bunch of pedophiles.
Say, well, where'd you get that from?
Well, all of the main leaders, like Einstein, were
Extraordinary claim,
pedophiles.
Witsit. That's an
Well, Einstein
extraordinary
was a
claim. Back it
pedophile.
up.
Copernicus was a pedophile. Galileo was a pedophile.
What
I
has
mean,
anything to
it
do with
seems like a
me?
bunch of
Witsit?
pedophiles.
Don't
The
change the
Greeks were
fucking subject. See,
pedophiles.
that's what you do. You're
No,
not
no, no.
genuine.
You
Why
tried
has
to. No, don't
Copernicus
pretend
anything to
you're
do with me?
genuine, dude.
Fuck
You just
you.
tried to
Why
make it.
is Copernicus anything to do with me? Don't play your games.
Elder Bear, I'm just gonna go ahead and tell you, man. If you're gonna keep interrupting me, I'm gonna
Copernicus
just.
has nothing to do with me, right?
Well,
You
you don't
withdraw
seem to
your
get the
statement.
point,
You
right?
withdraw your statement that I have anything to do with pedophiles.
It
I'm not
has
saying
everything to
that.
do
They
with
are my
you.
leaders.
Everything,
Prove it.
Elder.
What, dude?
No.
What do you not get? You made a comment about if
I
I
get
go
what you
to.
said. I get what you
You
said.
made a.
You're supposed to be an intelligent man. Now you're saying my leaders are pedophiles.
No, you
Withdraw
don't seem
your
to understand the
statement.
point. You don't seem to understand the
Withdraw
point,
your
right? Like
statement,
you,
Witsit.
dude.
Yo, can we
I'm
go
not
back
gonna
to
keep
69
engaging while
miles
you're
per degree?
screaming.
Yeah, that's what you want. So Witsit wanted to accuse me of hanging out with pedos.
No, I did not.
Yes, you did.
So
Then keep on the
no.
subject then. Keep on the
Okay.
subject then. You're supposed to be an
If you
intelligent
interrupt
man.
me one
That's
more
what you
time,
go
I'm not
to.
gonna. Hey, listen.
You're
If
like
you interrupt me
fucking,
one more time, I won't
yeah,
respond to
fuck
you
you. You're
again.
like Nathan Oakley. You're just like Nathan Oakley.
Yeah, I'm
Really? Because
gonna.
Nathan Oakley would have muted you and screamed 50 times by now.
I know. He can't deal with it either. I know. Same as you. You now want to say
No,
I'm
I
hanging out
can't
with
deal with
pedos.
people that are grown men that aren't mature enough to control themselves in a conversation, asking me a question, and then for 15 minutes straight, in good faith, I try to answer those questions, and they keep stepping all over me, interrupting me, and repeating their question over and over, pretending I'm not answering it when they won't give me enough time to answer it.
Yeah, someone beat me to the punch. I was just about to mute him. It's so rude and disrespectful and just immature, really.
What a wild reaction to the pedo comment. He wasn't even calling him a pedo. What the hell?
No, yeah, I was just making a point about like a lot of the leaders or whatever. But like really quickly, my understanding of that is that according to the globe, there's a linear relationship because we're tipping over on the globe, and so the sky appears to drop, right? Like 1 degree per 69 miles. But it actually doesn't do that under 15 degrees or closer to 90 degrees, which conveniently is exactly what we would expect if we actually see in curved visual space and like perspectives not strictly Euclidean. We would expect like a range, roughly 15, 20 degrees up to around 90, that it would be like a linear relationship or very close to one. But once you got towards the bottom or the top, it would start to compress and it would get logarithmic. And that's like literally what happens. So, you can
Compression
claim
due to what?
it's not just like visual limit. Like
Okay,
if you have a like a little dome and you can only see so far in each direction, as you got towards the bottom or top of that dome, everything starts to compress together.
is there 69 miles? Is that compressing, or is it actually 69 miles?
Like I said, right in the middle range, it'd be accurate and linear, right? But as you got to the end, it wouldn't be 69 miles, which it's not. Like if you try to use a star and then determine the 69 miles per degree anywhere under like 15, 20 degrees, it's not going to work. In reality, it doesn't work. Like you will get totally jacked up. You won't be able to travel at all.
What about 0 to 1?
0 to 1 definitely doesn't.
Right at zenith. That's pretty reliable, right?
Like 90 degrees at zenith also doesn't work. And it should be the most reliable if it's supposedly refraction, right? Because that should be the least refraction, but it doesn't work near zenith
The
either.
problem with Zenith is it just doesn't give you enough ability to resolve your exact location. It's not as it doesn't give you as good a results, but it is accurate. It's just not. It doesn't determine your position on Earth as well.
Well, it is accurate, but doesn't determine our location on Earth as well. I mean,
So it's not accurate?
yeah.
Like it doesn't. The measurement of where it is in the sky is accurate, but my understanding is it doesn't give as good of results in terms of figuring out your actual position on the ground. I think.
But that's where we would say, like, yeah, because like you basically have a little dome that you're looking in. And like that isn't just some ad hoc made up thing. Like there's something called crepuscular and anti-crepuscular rays, which literally don't make sense to my understanding, I'll say, right? Like without something like a little personal dome, like a visual limit. Like if the sun is setting in the west.
You can easily produce those
according
inside
with
your mouth. Like they're not
perspective
complicated.
laws, trigonometric laws.
Go ahead and explain.
Well, crepuscular rays, unless I've got the wrong concept in mind, they're just the things that look like they're radiating out from the sun. That is just a beam that's going beside you in whatever direction is going to look like it's getting further out angularly as it gets closer to you in linear terms.
Yeah, but what about the anti-crepuscular ones?
Same thing in reverse.
Okay, but the issue with that is that it requires just claiming basically it's like a railroad track, right? Just straight lines that look like they're converging. But when we actually look at this phenomena, we look at the crepuscular rays, we can follow them over our head and they curve up and they curve back down to converge on the opposite horizon. That doesn't make sense with what you're saying.
I mean, no, it's exactly the same phenomena. It is like just again, it's the same beams through the air, and as they get further away from you, again, they look like they're coming closer together because the same distance of separation is a smaller angle of separation as it gets further away.
No, they don't make sense at all because, real quick, if it was the same beam of light, if it was the same, dude, can I get it out? Jesus. If it's the same beam of light, regardless of which way you're looking at it, it's still going to spread out the same way. It's still going to look crepuscular. Anti-crepuscular rays are different, so it's not the same.
It's the same concept, but it's in the other direction. It's away from you.
Yeah, but that doesn't work. The source of light in the other direction.
It has to do with the light source. You have a singular point source of light, and it's in the distance. And so when you have this light above the clouds, and it looks like it's breaking off into 3 or 4 different islands in a lake, for example. If you were on every one of those islands rather, you would look in the exact. If you pointed your finger up to the direction of the sun, every one of the people in a telescope would be pointing the same direction, not where the crepuscular rays are going. By the way, not.
Okay, so let's think about this very simply. If I take a laser and I shoot it across my room,
what I just said.
No, I'm not.